Beneath a cold northern sky, Skald Halla raises her wolf-headed staff on a rocky Icelandic shoreline, her voice carrying over the roar of the waves. She sings of new worlds to the west, stirring old dreams in her listeners' hearts. Eric the settler listens intently, his heart pounding with longing as Halla's words evoke rich pastures and freedom from chieftains. He gazes at the wild ocean, already dreaming of the new land. Gudrun the young trails after her mother, scooping stray shellfish from tidal pools. She dreams aloud of troll princesses and giants, unaware her life is about to change forever. A council of Icelandic families gathers around a driftwood fire, debating wild tales of a mysterious land beyond the ice. Halla's tongue weaves promises and challenges, urging boldness. Eric steps into the ring of firelight, his hand raised. He proposes a daring venture to Greenland, promising fertile fields and glory for those brave enough to join. Gudrun clings to her carved wooden doll as her mother accepts Eric's challenge. Families murmur, torn between fear and hope for a better life for their children. Preparations begin. Skald Halla oversees the counting of beans and barley, preserving of dried fish, and sharpening of iron tools. Her presence calms the worried wives. At dawn, Eric inspects the sturdy ships, running his fingers along worn timbers. Each plank is checked, oars replaced, and new tar is applied to keep out the freezing sea. Gudrun's friends braid her hair, weaving stories of sea monsters into every lock. She hides a pouch of wildflower seeds in her satchel, hoping to plant them in the new world. On the night before departure, Skald Halla stands under star-pocked heaven, singing a verse to Odin for safe passage. Her haunting melody draws the settlers in silent reverence. With the sun breaking over the horizon, the settlers board their ships. Eric leads with bold commands, his keen eyes scanning the thinning mist for omens. Gudrun, bundled in a thick sheepskin vest, holds her mother's hand tightly as she climbs aboard. The familiar land feels both comforting and distant now. The ships strike out into angry seas. Skald Halla stands at the prow, hair whipped by sleet, chanting tales of Thor's battles to steady trembling hearts. Storms roar and threaten to smash the expedition. Eric's voice, rough and reassuring, urges all to row harder and hold fast. He never once lets go of his sayaks. Gudrun vomits over the side, sobbing in fear. Her mother soothes her with lullabies as the wind flays their faces and hope flickers like a candle's flame. Finally, after weeks nailed by wind and sea, Skald Halla sights a distant coast. Her shout electrifies the crew. Green and ice mingle, strange and beautiful. Eric is the first to leap ashore. He plunges his sayaks into the soil and declares Greenland theirs, vowing fertile fields to all who follow his lead. Gudrun wades into crystal water, picking sea-smoothed stones for a necklace. She's the first to laugh, her peal blending with the cries of Arctic terns overhead. That night, the settlers celebrate with fermented honey mead. Skald Halla sings a saga of triumph over towering odds, her voice forging unity amid the flickering fires. Eric divides the land with fairness, drawing lines in the moss. Each family is given their own plot, and walls of stone begin to rise, sturdy against the coming winter. Gudrun plants her hidden wildflower seeds near a stream. She whispers wishes of color and warmth for her new home, pressing the earth with small, hopeful hands. The settlers raise timber-framed longhouses, smoke curling from the turf roofs. Skald Halla instructs on building traditions, weaving stories of ancient gods into the work songs. Hunters range the hills in search of caribou and ptarmigan. Eric leads the first hunt, teaching the young men to track and tan hides for coming snows. Gudrun discovers the nest of a snowbuntings and tends to orphaned chicks. Her laughter brings joy to tired settlers, beauty blossoming amid harshness. Skald Halla creates a runestone to mark the first successful harvest. She engraves tales of courage and thanks to Freyr, god of plenty. Harsh winds whip the valley. Eric organizes the construction of communal storehouses, instructing youths in building strong doors against blizzards and hungry wolves. Gudrun braves the snows to rescue a lost lamb, her cheeks flushed with success as she returns, cradling it in her arms. Her bravery wins her a new nickname, Storm Treader. Frost clamps the land. Skald Halla holds night-long vigils, keeping spirits high with legends of summer and light. Her voice becomes a lifeline in the darkness. Eric nearly succumbs to fever, but stubbornly rises to oversee splitting of firewood, refusing to let the community falter under sickness or scarcity. Gudrun tends the fire and delivers broth to the sick, learning from the midwife as she works. Her gentle touch brings comfort even to the hardest hunters. Skald Halla performs rites to ward off ill fortune. She inscribes protective runes above every door, her ash-blonde hair dusted with snow. Sudden auroras shimmer above. Eric rallies the people to watch, claiming success is assured, for the sky itself blesses their toil. Gudrun collects crystals from new frozen ponds, handing them out as lucky trinkets. Children wear them around their necks on leather thongs, their laughter echoing across the ice. Winter fades, and the land grows bright again. Skald Halla leads the settlers in the first spring feast, her poem anchoring hope for the future in Greenland's awakening winds. In the simmering glow of dawn, Halla stands by the shoreline, her voice rising over the crackle of the sea, singing of their first Greenlandic spring. Eric leads a band of settlers inland, axes swinging as they carve paths through tangled birch forests to mark the colony's borders. Gudrun giggles with friends as they chase ptarmigans in the meadow near their new homes, filling baskets with eggs for breakfast. Halla stands atop a rocky outcrop, her voice carrying on the wind as she sings of the first spring sunrise, her words woven with hope and remembrance of their perilous journey. Eric marks the limits of the settlement with tall cairns, guiding young men as they lay out fields along the river. He discusses future plans for farms and pastures. Gudrun and her friends return to the settlement with baskets full of ptarmigan eggs, their laughter echoing as they dodge watchful geese. The whole village welcomes their bounty.